Hey folks, Good Guy Glenn here, and today is Saturday, March 23rd, 2022. It's finally over, the 1,000-mile run from Ohio down here to Vardosa, Georgia on the Florida state line is over. I dropped a day early. This will count towards last week, or this week. Sorry. This will count for this week's check, and I needed it because I didn't get a lot of miles this week. I only did about 2,000 miles this week, and 2,000 including this. So this was 1,000 miles. I would have only had 1,000 miles for the week if I didn't go a day early to drop this. It was crazy. A lot of monsoons, a lot of rain. But we got it done, and I dropped at the Lowe's with 1 hour and 38 minutes left to my 11. Wasn't so bad. It's tricky because it's Saturday. Don't forget, everybody goes home and parks at the truck stops. This truck stop is literally down the street from the Lowe's DC. I shouldn't say literally down the street. It's like 3 miles away from the Lowe's DC, but it's like a straight run. Here, it's still not full. There's still some reserve spots left, and it is 18:30, so 6:30 p.m. I went, I dropped, and they didn't have any empties. So I'm bobtail. Somehow along the way, I lost a mud flap on the tractor on the curbside, and I came here to the Pilot. I bought a mud flap. It was 30 inches. It was still too long. I cut it down with a razor knife perfectly. Then I had to pry what was left of the old mud flap out of the little channel there. I don't know how that mud flap got ripped off like that. It's crazy. But it was one of those mesh mud flaps that come on the internationals. They're garbage anyway. So anyway, I replaced that. I took a shower. I did it in the wrong order. I took a shower, then I replaced the mud flap. I was going to do some laundry. I'm too tired. I was editing some video, and I decided to make this video, and we're going to get to it, man. We're not going to wake up early tomorrow because we don't have a trailer. This driver is going to ask me if he could stay in this spot with me. And I'll let him. He's a Western driver. But he should have been here earlier if he wanted a free spot. I always pay when I get here late. Western drivers never want to pay for anything. It's really funny. Sometimes you just gotta pay. Sometimes you gotta pay, have the peace of mind, it's your spot, you paid for it, and that's it. You paid for it. You know, if this dude has nowhere else to stay, I would gladly let him stay in this spot with me. But the thing is, there are other spots here. He just doesn't want to pay. You know, and I'm not opposed to letting him stay. He can't back. Where was I? So I took a shower. I wanted to do some laundry. It didn't happen. I took the shower. I didn't get the laundry done. I might do laundry tomorrow if I don't have a trailer. I'm in better spirits because I'm down south. The weather was terrible, but what are you going to do? We're probably going to pick up a trailer at some point tomorrow at Lowe's, and probably, if the past is any indication of the future, go down into Florida, pick up water, and then I don't know where we go from there. Last time I delivered the water down to the Orlando area, no, the Tampa area. I believe it was the Tampa area. I don't know. No, I delivered. keep track of all these loads. And then eventually I wound up in West Rock in Jacksonville and picked up a paper, and that's how I got out of Florida. But all things considered, I'm tired, but I'm in a much better mood, and we're going to just try to stay that way, man. I've been putting together some old videos. The one that I'm putting up tonight is the one from when Angelina visited me at Vince Lombardi rest area in New Jersey. That was on March 2nd. So we'll be putting that video up. I don't know if I maybe got water in my ears again, and now I'm going to get another sinus infection because I am having a problem hearing. Or it could be the thunderstorms rolling through, affecting my ears. Sucks, this condition I have. But anyway, the video is old. Bear with me. New stuff is coming our way, and it's gonna be all good. And you're gonna see. You know what's weird is, like, I've been driving out late, and then I'm not tired when it's time to go to sleep. It bothers me because I try real hard to go to sleep and get a good night's rest, and sometimes I toss and turn and I get riled up even though I'm exhausted. But why is there a dog running around the truck stop? Oh my god. Anyway, there's this interesting dilemma happening, and I didn't know how to handle it because I have this guy who's trolling the channel, and I thought about calling him out, but trolls love that. They love the attention, so I'm not gonna do that. But it's real interesting, some of the stuff this guy has to say, and it's just like interesting to me, like what this guy is lacking in his life, that he has to comment negatively on every video I post. And he obviously watches the videos because he says stuff related to the video, but he's not following along with the timeline of everything. And I don't know how many times I have to say this, and this will be the last time I address this. Everything is documented via video. You know, if I say stuff in hyperbole, like I've been out here 6 months and it hasn't quite been 6 months, okay, it's hyperbole. If you're keeping track of exactly how long it is. I started with Western Express in November. He said, "You didn't start till right before Christmas." November's before Christmas, jackass. I started in November. I went to orientation in November. I started with my trainer in November. However you want to, like, look at it, dude, I don't really care. If it's so important to you to keep track of my life like that, well, I'm glad somebody's keeping track of me. But anyway, I gotta stop doing these videos like this, where I'm like looking out at the truck stop, because I get distracted so easily by stuff when that happens. Especially people trying to back. But anyway, I digress once again. Yeah, man, it was a long haul today. You know what I wanted to talk about real quick? Did you see that guy who got shot in Loves? Dude was trying to help another guy back, and some driver was impatient. An argument ensued, and he shot the guy and then fled the scene. And then got caught because, guy, there's cameras everywhere. There's cameras in the truck stop. There's cameras in the trucks. The majority of these trucks have outward-facing cameras recording everything. Did you really think you were going to get away with that? And it brings me to something that I've brought up before with you all acting the fool at the truck stop. And when I say you all, I'm talking in general. Once again, it's hyperbole. I'm not talking about anybody specifically. But this is why we're not allowed at Buc-ee's. No, but all kidding aside, it's like nasty out here. So many people bringing the street into this like game. And I got a theory about that. If you can't settle your dispute with your fists and you have to use a gun to shoot somebody, and it's not a self-defense thing, it's not like the guy's trying to kill you, then I understand. That's why you have a gun, to defend yourself. But if you get into an argument and you just shoot somebody, you're a pussy. I didn't want to have to curse. This video might get demonetized for it, but you're a coward that you use a gun to settle a dispute because that's what you do on the street. Just stop. Stop with your nonsense. Stop bringing this to the truck stop. There's always fights. There's always shootings. There's always something going on at the truck stop now. Or did you see that rolling gun battle those two idiots had down in Florida? What are you doing, dude? Seriously. It's dangerous out here. You know, you just don't want to get involved. You know, one more reason why maybe you don't want to get out of the truck and help someone back, because you don't want to get shot. You know, it was like one dude doing a good deed for another driver, and the other driver was appreciative of it, and then some impatient driver shot the dude helping the guy back. The spotter, the ground guy, whatever. Crazy. But this is the world we live in, man. It's not new, but for a while it was getting better. And now it's just getting worse again. And I don't think trucking was ever like this before. Once again, I wasn't there. I'm new to trucking. I just started. For all you super truckers out there that are keeping track and like to keep me honest. Like as if I ever tried to pretend like I wasn't out here, you know, doing videos about trucking school last year, doing videos about why I left real estate last year. But, you know, why go back and actually look at those videos when you could just make something up in your head? But yeah, I'm just going to keep to myself. And that's about it, dude. It's late already. It's almost 7 o'clock. I don't really have to be up, so I don't really have to be in bed. But what stinks about the changing of the clocks for the summer is it doesn't get dark until much later, and I'm in bed 2 hours before the sun goes down. Just one more thing. But I like starting when I start, 03. I like being in a truck stop at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 o'clock the latest. You know? And that's the way I run my clock. And that's it. It's amazing how many guys I see on the road who have the scraped off parking violation stickers on their windows. It makes you really wonder where these guys are parking. I see so many people parking in so many weird places. Yeah, it's funny to me. If you can't pay for a parking spot, it's like, what are you doing? Like, what kind of bills do you have? I get it, though. You might come out here because you want to make a start, and, like, you know, you're not going to make a lot of money your first year trucking. So, maybe you got bills at home. You know? I have bills. But I figured it out when I was in trucking school, how I like limited my lifestyle and cut everything down and simplified everything. That's what you gotta do. You gotta budget your money. You should eat on a truck as much as possible. You should have money set aside so if you don't get to the truck stop on time, you can pay for a parking spot if you need to. That's definitely something. That mud flap I bought for the truck, I bought it with my rewards from Pilot. Oh, I'm not going to pay for it. That's the company's responsibility. Sure. Good luck sitting at the Loves or the Speedco for like 4 hours, 5 hours, however long it takes for them to get you in a shop to replace one mud flap that takes 5 minutes to change out by yourself. Spend $18.99 on a mud flap. Hopefully you have tools in the truck. You know, it's a 12mm socket in case you needed to know, and an adjustable wrench. And it's what, 4 bolts? Take it off, pull out the whatever's broken up in the rail, put it in a new mud flap, put the bolts back in, tighten them down, you're done. It took you 10 minutes tops, and you're back on the road, and you're only out $20. But you know, people, they won't even get a headlight for their truck. You know, I keep spare headlights in the truck. That's something that, like, you learned in trucking school. But I'm starting to really come to the realization now from talking to people that their trucking school wasn't like my trucking school. Big shout out to Smith & Solomon Trucking School over in New Jersey for actually teaching me stuff, teaching me how to back, teaching me how to, like, you know, keep moving out here. And it is what it is, man. I'm in good spirits. I always am when I'm down here. And just gonna move forward. See what this week brings us. The stress is gone. Now I'm gonna run my clock normal. I'm not gonna drive like a maniac. If the weather is as bad as it was that I drove through, I really consider pulling over and letting the storm pass, because when the visibility is very, very poor, it's not safe. But like I said, I needed to drop this load. It was daytime, so I drove through it, and I was okay. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, man. You gotta get the job done. There's nothing wrong with that. But if it ever becomes unsafe, you should definitely pull over. Say your prayers, do your pre-trip, pull over if it's unsafe, eat a Greek yogurt and a banana every single day, drink plenty of water, take your vitamins. Did I say your prayers? Even if I did, say your prayers again. Because God's listening. Remember, you don't always get what you want, but you get what you need. If you like this video, smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so when I drop another video you get a notification. Once again, this is Good Guy Glenn. Thanks for watching.